Brian, how's the off week work been with Miller obviously coming off that game where he had the turnover, the pick six, maybe some other poor decision making? How has he responded following that game heading into this one?
Yeah, I think Miller has a really good head on his shoulders. Obviously he made a really bad interception, really bad play that you never want to make in the last game. And, we've gone over that, we reviewed it, we talked about it, but the big thing I was happy to see, at least after that play, was that he was able to bounce back within that game right away. There was a stretch there, about 5 plays that were a little shaky, and then he got right out of it and started playing some good football even after the bad play. So I think he's a very resilient guy. Things don't bother him very much. I thought he did a good job of rebounding from a negative play. Obviously, we want to try to eliminate all those negative plays and get those out of there, because aside from the negative plays, I think he's playing some really good football. So there's a lot of positive things to point to. The off week's been good, just to settle back down, be able to go through things a little bit slower, talk through some things, and it's been a good week.
Brian, I guess going off of that, one of the reasons Miller said he came here was just having a more balanced attack as far as the run game, but with that room being so banged up, how has that maybe changed some things, and how do you feel like you guys can move forward with just nursing those injuries?
Yeah, we've had to lean a little bit more on the drop back pass and put a little bit more on the quarterback than we normally would like to. So we definitely, that's an emphasis of getting the running game going, finding out which runs we need to be focused on the most, what our guys do the best, and put them in the best situation to be successful. But yeah, anytime you can run the football, it definitely helps the quarterback, opens up the passing game. So that's definitely a priority for us.
Brian, I know the coaches have talked about watching kind of extra college and pro football on bye weeks.
Yeah.
Do you find that you learn more from one more than the other, ideas and whatnot?
I think it's always good to have some time to look around, to see other teams play, to kind of catch what's the hot trend in college football or pro football. And sometimes when you're engrossed in the season and week to week, we're focused on the team that we're playing, and we do a lot of research even throughout the season. But during bye weeks, we're able to do some more to be able to sit back and really study what some other teams are doing. So it's a good opportunity to try to incorporate some new things, kind of halfway through the season, get a few new wrinkles that you can steal from some people. So yeah, it's good to be able to sit back and watch some football and learn from it.
Brian, Jeff was just in here and said that the Miami defensive front's going to be one of the toughest challenges that you guys are going to face this year. How difficult is it preparing, or what kind of things can you do to try to alleviate some of their strengths there?
Yeah, so their defensive line is very good. They got really good pass rushers. Remind you a little bit in a sense of the Florida State team from 2023. We played the ACC championship game. Just really good up front. Going to present a challenge for us, and you got to do some different things protection-wise to try to keep them on their toes. But I think our guys, just day in and day out, our defensive line here is really good as well. So we get a lot of good work versus good pass rushers each and every day. So I think that should help us prepare for these guys we're going to see on Friday night. But their defensive front is special. There's no doubt about that.
Brian, you mentioned how having that banged up running room has kind of forced you guys to kind of adjust how you approach game planning and whatnot. But how has the offensive line's start to the year kind of adjusted as well, knowing that Miller might have to get the ball out a little bit quicker, or some of those rushing lanes are having a little bit of trouble developing?
I think a big thing that we need to focus on is really eliminating the negative play, making sure that we're moving forward constantly. So obviously turnovers, negative plays, eliminating the sacks, just giving our quarterback outlets to get the ball out, or just being smarter with getting the football out on time and not taking those negative plays. So I think all those things kind of work together. We can do some things protection-wise to try to help them up front where we're getting ourselves in favorable matchups. So we're looking at all those things and trying to put a plan together that's going to be the best for us come Friday.
Brian, if you could humor me for a second.
Yep.
And go back to your playing days.
Mm-hmm.
What were your memories you took from playing Miami as a freshman and
Oh, yeah.
again your junior year?
Yeah, I mean, Miami was a big game, was a big kind of litmus test, I think, for our program back then when I was playing. You know, Miami is coming off the early 2000s where they were the team in college football, and you know, for us to go into the Orange Bowl and play them in 2004 and play them tight like that, I think it kind of, for us at least, felt like we were being seen by the rest of the country. You know, that we could play football here and that we were able to compete with the big boys. So that was, I think, a big moment, and then beating them here in 2006, you know, on the home field. You know, kind of transition from Conference USA to Big East, getting into the Power Conference, and you know, beating a team like that here at home. I think that was a big mark in the program history. So definitely for us in that early 2000s, that was a great litmus test for our program.
And I was gonna say, as a follow, how much do you think it's kind of grown as a rivalry since both of you guys are in the ACC now, and it is an actual?
Yeah, I do think it's a good rivalry. You know, for us, just historically, we've had a lot of players from that area, from South Florida. So a lot of those guys always took pride in, you know, going back home and playing against the Florida teams. They always wanted to make sure that we were up for those and ready to play good against those guys. So I think the rivalry is continuing on, and yeah, we're in the same conference now. It's a big game. It's a big game no matter what every year. And you know, you can hopefully always count on us two being good programs and being in the race. So you know, I think it's definitely a fun rivalry for sure.
Brian, you compared Miami's D-line to what you guys saw against Florida State, and obviously 2 years ago, you guys were able to get the program's first road win against Miami. Obviously very different teams, very different times, but what can you maybe take from those 2 games into this one? Because obviously you put up a lot of points over the past 2 years too.
From the last 2 Miami games?
Or the Florida State.
Oh, and even the Florida State, yeah, well, yeah, that D-line was good. We obviously wanted to play better in the ACC championship game on offense. But you know, I think the thing we can tell our guys is, you know, defensive line very good. Their defense is playing great. Their team is playing great. But a lot of these guys we've already played against. We played against these pass rushers the last 2 years. We blocked these guys, so you know, we know we can play with them. So we just need to go out and play our game, play with confidence, play with a little swag, and have fun when we're out there playing ball.
Anything else? Good. All right. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Brian.